live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios. It's in the building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Yeah. Well. Yesterday, I said that usually when I tell the Cowboys what to do, they rarely do what I tell them to do. 9 out of 10 times I come on shows or podcasts or whatever, and I preach and tell you what they should do and how things should operate. And then preface that by always saying, just know that what I'm going to say is wasted hot space because there's no way they're going to do what I just said. There are rare exceptions, but normally they don't do it.
Right.
Last night was a rare exception. It was not sexy. It did not move the needle much.
It is sexy.
I agree.
It's sexy.
No, I do, but to the average layman.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't give a shit about right guards. The Cowboys did the right thing last night. I said it. There it is. See, I want this on the record, too. When they do the right stuff, I say so. I'm not always just bashing on them.
I just feel like at some point today you will.
Well, probably, yeah, because you can't talk Cowboys without being critical.
Right.
Let me see what they do tonight and over the weekend. But last night or yesterday we said on the podcast, we said on the radio show, I said on Twitter, they need to do the right thing. And
you were with the trenches, either side.
When you're in doubt, when you don't have a skill player that you're absolutely 100% bona fidely 100% sure is going to be a Pro Bowler and a star, you take the best either offense or defensive lineman, and preferably from the best conference in America. And that's what the Cowboys did, taking Theo Mike's advice, Rudy. And now they have 3 Tylers on the offensive line.
Tyler, Texas, bitches.
They got Tyler Booker, Tyler Smith, and Tyler Guyton.
Tyler, Texas up in this. Oh, no, not Tyler, Texas.
You throw in Cibelo's own, not Tyler's, Terrence Steele.
That's 4 T's.
He's 28. He's the oldest offensive lineman they now have starting next year. So they're going to be a young, inexperienced offensive line to an extent.
He fell off a little bit. I love Cibelo's own, but he fell off a bit.
He got paid, and
got fat.
He needs to have a good season this year for sure. Tyler Guyton, who has a lot of questions after last year. Tyler Smith, who's been to the Pro Bowl both of his years. Now and then the center, BB. Is it BB? We're going to go the kid from Wisconsin.
Shoot.
And then you've got Tyler Booker now, this kid from Alabama, and then you get Terrence Steele. That's a young, talented, up-and-coming offensive line. You had a massive hole with Zach Martin's retirement, and rather than go sexy and draft Shedeur Sanders or a wide receiver,
whoever,
you take a huge need. I don't mind taking a need when
even
you
if it's
really,
wrong.
really
even
need
if it's wrong. Like Guyton might have been wrong, but it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, because they really, really, really needed it.
Right.
Yeah, and they did what they were supposed to do last night. I like Booker. He's a sweet kid off the field, but on the field, playing at Bama, he has murder face. That kid is a dominant badass for Alabama. And look, so it's a good day for the Cowboys. I'm not on here saying that the starving children of the Nike factories of Yakutsk, Russia, need to go making any Cowboys championship shirts. But for one night anyway, they did what they normally do, and they usually do pretty good in the draft. There are exceptions, but
they've
do
done
pretty
well
good.
on the offensive line.
They do pretty good.
They've
do
done
pretty
really
good.
well. And I saw he did an interview, and I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm just telling you what happened.
Who? Who?
Mr. Booker.
Oh, okay. Tyler
did an
Booker,
interview last night
Mm-hmm.
that got Micah Parsons really excited with the Bleacher Report team.
Mm-hmm.
He was just saying, I love by the end of the game when I've taken the life out of some defender's eyes. Yeah, and Micah went crazy.
Love it.
Micah went crazy. So that was cool to see.
Well,
it was cool to see.
Happy.
It was cool to see, Mike and I talked about this last night at Slackers. We can say what we want. We can talk crap.
Mm-hmm.
We can make fun of Jerry.
Yeah.
We can talk about the drought. Nothing like getting drafted by the Yankees, Lakers, or Cowboys.
I know.
Booker looked like he was on Soul Train.
He didn't feel his leg.
He looked like he was on Soul Train. I mean, getting drafted, period. It could be the Jaguars, but it's something special about that star. And no matter what we say about them, no matter how long they haven't had a Super Bowl,
Yep.
it's a different vibe.
Yep.
When that star takes you.
Tyler, this Jerry Jones. When you hear that, these kids.
It's different.
I know.
It's different.
I understand. Because of the marketing genius and how famous
That's why
he
he
is.
ain't got to win.
He ain't got to worry about winning.
That's why he ain't got to
He
win.
ain't worry about winning.
He ain't got to worry about it, dog. You see him?
No.
A lot of the guys were excited, but Booker probably took the cake.
I love it, man. He was looked like he just won. He's going on Price is Right. He got called up.
I was watching the highlight reel. It looks violent. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know this kid. I don't watch offensive linemen, but
Well, he played at
the,
Bama.
the highlight reel I saw,
Yeah.
he looked violent, and it's a need.
Yeah.
There's a yellow jacket sitting
Sure.
in that spot that he's got to
Absolutely.
fill.
Look, the offensive line still has issues, but it should just get better. And I mean, they should get better at bogging down defenses. And it's all about protecting. Got to protect Dak.
Got to protect
It's all
Dak.
about Dak. Got to be Dak friendly. There's massive pressure on Mike Solari.
Jerry said that too. He said,
Oh, yeah.
if I made him the highest paid player, I might as well protect him.
Exactly.
It's true.
So there's massive pressure on two people. Mike Solari, who is the new offensive line coach with Shoddy. We call him Shoddy. He even calls himself Shoddy. And there's big pressure on the new offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams, who they brought in from Arizona.
Okay.
Most Cowboy fans probably don't even know who the offensive coordinator is anymore.
I don't.
It's Clayton Adams. He was at Arizona where he coached offensive line. So your new offensive coordinator has a history coaching offensive linemen. Your offensive line coach has been around the league for a long time. Mike Solari's been around. He's been like to 5 different teams. So they know what they're doing. And there's pressure because they got to get something more out of Tyler Guyton at left tackle. Tyler Smith, kid's just been amazing from day one.
He's going to be the highest paid offensive
They gotta
lineman here
get
soon on their team.
The fire that Terrence Steele had the first couple of years before he got paid, they need to go get that fire back lit. And this kid here they brought in last night from Alabama, I think, and I'm about to say something here, I don't think they're going to have to worry too much about developing him. He's like Tyler Smith. I think this kid, Tyler Booker, comes ready-made to dominate for you from day one. You ain't got to coach him. No. Kid's been an All-American his whole life, full ride at Alabama, started 27 to 28 games at Bama, played for Saban.
What, 1 sack and like 1,000 snaps?
Something like that. 1,028 snaps in the SEC, mind you. Ain't no bullshit Ashton Genty racking up stats
Here
against
we go.
Dill Pickle
Why is
Tech,
Ashton catching a stray?
Waxahachie State. This kid was dominating some bitches when he's playing against Georgia and LSU and Texas and people like that.
Sure.
Kid's good, and he's going to fit in great with
The other Tylers.
Cowboys. Cowboy. Got me 3 Tylers.
My
3
sister
Tylers.
name is Tyler. So
You are from Tyler.
I am from
So,
Tyler. So is Patrick Mahomes.
It's enchanted. It's meant to be. So another Tyler. So you got 3 Tylers, the white boy, and Terrence Steele.
The white
Not
boy.
bad. Not bad. Not bad. It is in the building. It's episode 312 from the Texas Cheer Studios and Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Buki Bouquet. How about that? Welcome to In the Building, y'all. Y'all can jump in here into the chat. I appreciate all the entrances every day and the participation. I really appreciate the tips. We already have 2 that's coming today. Scroll back up that deal there so we can give these people their propers here, Jose. Who'd we get in here? I think I saw
There was 2,
Canooper up
I
in here.
thought.
Aaron's in the building. Papa Top Friday, boys. Thank you. That's I'm popping water. It's 10 a.m. $9.99. Thank you. Jason Garcia in Portland, Oregon. Good morning from Portland. Viva Fiesta. That's a masking out of water up there in Portland.
Yeah, Jason's from here.
Well, he'll be back. He comes home on occasion. Portland's a good city, but it ain't San Antonio, and they don't have Fiesta, which does begin today. So, yesterday, actually. Happy Fiesta. Thank you all. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm not going to sit up here and act like they're same feeling about the organization.
Same feeling about Dak. I get it.
Dak
Yeah.
and Micah, and that was a good pick. Now we'll see what they do tonight and then over the weekend, and we'll overreact to it when we get back in here for more shows next weekend. It is In the Building, presented in part today by Ribaldo Realty Group, the official
Jay, what up?
real estate man of In the Building is our boy Jay Ribaldo. He's got 2 new listings right now. One of them is a subscriber to this show, a guy trying to move a home. And you can go look at all of the specs, all of the beautiful pictures on Jay's website at ribaldo.com. Pull up the one on Civilian. This house here is a 2-story home, and he's a subscriber, this guy. He just renovated the upstairs, did all new flooring up there. Go check out the rest of the home, and look at that price. In Austin, that's a $500,000 home. But in San Antonio and Bexar County, he's listing it for $242,000. Do business with subscribers who are sponsored by subscribers. Jay's a subscriber.
I like
the
the
guy
way you
selling the
worded
house
that.
a subscriber.
I like the way you worded that.
Do business with your own. It's Ribaldo.com. You can email Jay directly to it's jribaldo@kw.com. jribaldo@kw.com. All right, what else? So real quick, just to prove that we do give stuff away here. Yeah, did you get time to load that photo we just took a minute ago? Bookie, look at that. That's me, and look at that. How about that? Look at that, Mr. Ruben. Ruben came into the studio.
Cafe Don Juan's own.
Thank you. And picked up 2 coasters. They say in the building on them. Those rustic gray.
Like ceramic.
Yeah, those ashy, like slate almost.
Really nice coasters.
Very cool, very manly. Rudy brought up last week. They look really good. He's like a glass of bourbon with a piece of ice. Looks good on a coaster like that.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe a cigar. So Ruben won those last week. Came in and picked him up today. Thank you, Ruben, for coming. Didn't bring no tacos this time. He said next time.
He said next time.
So we do actually.
He said he didn't feel
give
like
stuff
making
away.
you an avocado taco. He literally said that on the way out.
That's okay
He
because
took a
I've already
shot.
had 2 today.
You didn't eat a taco today.
I just had 2 tacos. I went
Really?
and had breakfast with my boss this morning.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
had
right. I got to ask you about that
egg
later.
and avocado was what I had on corn. Very
My
healthy.
man, give me
low
some.
cal, low
Give me
fat.
some.
You damn right I got to have my avocado. No, one time I ordered an avocado only taco from
Nothing
Ruben,
wrong with that.
just to see if he'd bring it. And he
Nothing wrong with
did.
that.
I had just had breakfast, and I didn't want to waste the man. He was bringing tacos. I didn't want to be a dig and say, "So I've already had breakfast, bro."
Yeah.
So I had him bring me something light. So y'all leave me alone. All right. There's so much to get to with the draft. You want to do Shador? You want to do Longhorns? We can do all of them. How about those Longhorns? Let's do that.
Let's do horns.
Texas last night.
3.
3 dudes in the first round.
When's the last time that happened? I want to say 1980.
Did A&M not have 3, 4, 5 years ago?
I'm talking about for Texas.
Oh, for the
I
Longhorns.
don't give a damn about the Aggies. Unless we're talking about Johnny Manziel playing golf
No,
at TPC.
I don't know that. I think A&M may have had 3 one year when they went 8-4 and totally underachieved
I know Bama's
with a
done
bunch
it. I
of
know
NFL
Georgia's
talent.
done it. But when's the last time UT had 3 first-round picks?
I don't remember. I have
Jose,
no idea.
find that out for
It
me.
may
I want to say 80.
I don't know. And if you told me that's never happened, I would believe you.
Texas
I don't know.
is back.
The Longhorns had 3 guys last night. And by the way, I got busy yesterday. I have ADHD, so it was a hell of a night for the Longhorns. So not only did they get 3 guys drafted last night, I barely mentioned the great former Longhorn Steve McMichael yesterday.
You brought it up,
toward
though.
the end of the show.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the great Mongo, the longtime Chicago Bears stud, was on the '85 championship team. Houston's own Steve McMichael. When he was a little kid, his family moved way the hell down here to Freer, about an hour south of San Antonio, maybe more. You imagine Steve McMichael at Little Freer High? He lettered in 6 sports. He played everything: tennis, golf, baseball, basketball, football, and whatever. I know it was 6 sports he lettered in. And
Damn,
loved baseball.
6?
Was going to get drafted by the Cardinals, but didn't follow his heart because he was a better football player, even though his baseball was his favorite sport. Winds up an All-American in Austin. Winds up a legendary Hall of Famer with the Bears. Passed away a couple days ago from ALS.
They did a tribute to him last
night. They took time last night during the draft. It was a very Longhorn-ish first round last night.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm happy for Sark. Happy for the Horns. This helps recruiting.
Yeah.
This helps a lot. You know, you got to – these kids, after they talk about the NIL, they want to talk about your ability to help them get to the NFL. And when you're having 3 guys go in the first round, a DB, an offensive tackle, and a receiver, that's huge. That's huge for Sark and the gang. So, and I'm sure they'll probably end up with 10, 11 guys. No? 7 to 10 guys overall?
Texas might get 15.
Okay.
Honestly.
So I shorted them a bit. I said 11.
Honestly.
10, 11, but so yeah.
All 4 of the starters in the secondary are going to get drafted. Jade went last night.
Yeah, Jade went last night.
All the wide receivers are going to get picked. You know, Golden went last night. I mean, shit, dude, they're going to have 2 linebackers. They may have 15 kids by the end of Sunday night.
Not mad at it.
Crazy, man.
Shout out to the Horns.
Crazy.
Hook 'em.
Kelvin Banks went to the Saints, which was the right thing to do. They have a huge need. A lot of people think they should have.
Who they protecting? Derek Carr, bad shoulder?
You talk about having to protect Dak. They got to protect broken-ass Derek Carr in New Orleans.
You're right.
Jade went to the Broncos, which I love. And then Matthew Golden went to the Packers. I hate the Packers, but love
Good pick.
Matthew
Jordan
Golden.
Love needs some weapons.
I know.
Great pick.
And since you're going back on the Aggies, Shamar Stewart did get drafted by Cincinnati, and they need that. They need offensive linemen and badass on defense. They got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and what else?
T. Higgins,
and that's about it. So it's a good night for the Texas boys last night, all in all, including not Deion's son, but including former Incarnate Word great. Never thought I'd say that. The great Cam Ward last night, as expected, the number 1 overall pick to Tennessee.
This is. Let me rock back and forth in my rocking chair.
Oh, here we go. Unc's here.
Uncle Rudy's in the building.
Okay.
Kids. Cam wasn't even recruited.
Zero.
He was
star.
at a camp. He's at a camp just trying to get somebody to notice him. Like Mike likes to say, Tuckahee St. Mary Magdalene School of Girls. Incarnate Word coach at the time.
Venezuela Community College.
Yeah, Incarnate Word coach at the time sees him, sees he's a unit, sees he has talent. God never really even threw the ball in high school. Says, don't throw anymore. I got something for you.
Yep.
And off we go. You know, he starts at Incarnate Word, goes to Washington State, then goes to the U.
Yep.
So it's just a lesson to be learned. Like, you know, because a lot of these coaches nowadays, because of the portal, don't get discouraged, kids. Because if it's meant to be and you keep working, you know what I mean, it'll all work out. If obviously there's got to be some God-given talent in there. I'm not saying that, you know, Buki, if he works hard and runs sprints every day, he can get drafted. It's not going to happen. You got to have some God-given talent.
Yeah.
But a lot of these coaches aren't even recruiting high school kids. So don't get discouraged by that. Cam Ward, it's not like Cam Ward got drafted. He's the number 1 overall pick.
I know.
This isn't the kid that was a 5-star at high school, then goes to Auburn, and then no, this is from nowhere to the number 1 overall pick. So if you put in the work and it's meant to be and you got some God-given talent, it don't matter where you start. Doesn't matter where you start. And with the portal actually, I know there's a lot of negative, but the portal actually is a great thing in this situation.
Right.
When we're talking about Cam Ward.
Right. Had he stayed at Incarnate Word, he would not have been the number 1 pick.
No.
But credit to them, and they got 2,000 new Tennessee Titan fans over on Broadway.
Yeah, they do.
Broadway Avenue now, UIW. But they're the ones that bring him in and give him a chance. And what did he average? I mean, did you see his stats
He
when
was
he was
going
in Incarnate?
crazy. He was going crazy at the word. He was going crazy at the word.
Yeah, and then he follows Coach up to Washington State,
Yeah.
and then of course he made money at the U, and he had to do that. It was the right move. So good on him.
Was that the right pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, 1980, 3 Longhorns
Good
selected
call.
in the first round.
I thought it was
Give me
80.
the names.
Lame Jones
Okay.
to the New York Jets.
Okay.
Johnny Johnson, which
Okay.
is hilarious, to the Rams, and Derek Hatchett, Baltimore Colts. That was also the Steve McMichael
Damn, you said the
draft.
Baltimore Colts.
One of those Fred Akers defenses. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
that was 2 years after Earl Campbell.
Shout out to the Tyler Rose. Since we talking Tyler, what you know about Earl Campbell, Buki?
I don't know shit.
Yo, man,
At least he admits it.
Hey, Jose,
You
Don't
asked.
get mad at
get
him.
the
He's a
fuck
kid.
out.
He admitted.
What do you mean you don't know about the
He
Tyler
admits
Rose?
it. At least he didn't say King Griffey
You
Jr.
can't.
not better
Hey,
than
let me
Trout.
tell you something. You got homework. You can't live in it. Look, if you're
boy.
coming from Venezuela, I get it. Where'd you go to high school?
John Marshall High School.
You went to Marshall, so you've been here long enough to have done your research on Earl Campbell. You get your ass on the internet this weekend and you study John Tyler High School's own Earl Campbell, UT Longhorns Earl Campbell, Houston Oilers Earl Campbell. All right? And you have one of his sausage links this weekend as well.
Wow.
How dare you
pause.
come in here on the day when my mama's coming to town and you don't know about Earl Campbell? The hell is wrong with you?
I'd hate to be one of your kids. Can you imagine being his kid and he's yelling at you and you have to live with him? All right, it is in the building. Let's talk Shador in a second. First of all, show brought to you in part by Lone Star Nano Services. We're going to make sure we get them all
Get 'em all
today.
in.
It's Friday. We can't leave nobody out. Lone Star. They'll come to your house. They'll take a look at your roof. And if you need a whole new roof, they're going to be honest and tell you. Because they're men of integrity. We've talked about the guys at Lone Star. We know them. They're subscribers to our show, too. But if they go to take a look at your roof because you think, man, my roof might need a patching or maybe replacing, and if it's busted, it needs to be replaced, they're going to tell you. But if it doesn't, and they can help you and preserve the life of the current roof without having to get it replaced for 10 more years, wouldn't you do that and save yourself thousands of dollars in time and headache and having to have all the work done? My boys at Lone Star Nano Services, they spray this genius stuff on your roof. And it's honestly, it's like a dentist for roofs. They will save the life of your roof for 10 years, maybe even 15.
I like that logo.
If you are interested in having these guys come out and take a look at your roof, just survey it for absolutely free, and I will accompany them to your home and check out your roof. My guys at Lone Star Nano Services, they want to hear from you. They're absolutely poodle subscribers. All right, it's barbecue season. I got tickets I need to sell. Don't forget, we got tickets for sale for the barbecue that comes down May 17.
We're up. It's
Dude,
upon us.
I know. We got room for a couple of more teams. No, we got plenty of barbecue teams, but we can always get more. And it's only $150 to get your team into the barbecue. If you're interested in getting your team into the barbecue or buying tickets, hit me up in person or actually on DM or whatever, and I'll get you connected to the right folks and get you a QR code. Hell, I'll sell you, if you're willing to buy at least 4 VIP tickets, they're $25 a piece. If you're willing to at least buy 4, I'll meet you somewhere. Seriously, because I got a stack in my pocket this thick that I'm selling. It's barbecue season. Let's help them kids over at the Salvation Army. Greg's in the building with $4.99. Thank you, Greg. Bookie, get you some Earl Campbell Franks and do some research on a Texas grade.
See, you offended a lot of people with that.
Jose, you ever been to a UT baseball game?
Baseball? No.
Yeah, dude.
Actually, it's a lie. I've been to a UT UCLA game. But,
yeah, the last time I went to a Longhorn game, I got me the Earl Campbell Frank dog. I got me the Matthew McConaughey's beer. Have you seen the?
I haven't seen it. I didn't know he had a beer. I knew he had a tequila.
But McConaughey's.
Haze.
It's got that whatever they put in there to give you that little chill.
Yeah.
Chill. I had my Frank from the Tyler Rose, and I had my McConaughey's.
You see how Mike speaks? You see how his voice is when he talks about Earl Campbell?
Earl fucking Campbell.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying, Jose? Did you hear that?
Did he go
That's
to SMU?
passion.
Did he go to SMU?
Hey, sir.
Don't keep going. Don't let him do that.
Yeah.
Don't
let's
let him
go.
do that. Yeah,
That's Eric.
You know what?
That's Eric Dickerson.
See.
You still need to watch Full Metal Jacket, and you still now you got an Earl Campbell book report. I need you to turn in here soon.
That's true.
You got multiple duties here at home. All right, now let's get into it. I thought Mel Kiper Jr. was going to shit last night. He was openly pissed.
Yeah, because it is his job, and these teams are making him look bad.
He just could not believe. He was surprised that New Orleans didn't take Shedeur.
Right.
He was downright shocked that the Steelers didn't take Shedeur, and as it turned out, Rudy, nobody did last night.
Nobody did. This is the thing with the NFL. The NFL does, and you can say great job or whatever. NFL is lock and step on reminding you that nobody is bigger than the brand. And this isn't a race thing. I can go to, remember how Jerry Jones talked about Roger Goodell during the Zeke situation?
He was pissed.
He was pissed. And you know what Roger Goodell said? Oh, you talking shit? Mm-hmm. Keep the 6 games with no evidence. Take that. He said, oh, Robert Kraft, you talking shit because we caught the GOAT deflating balls? You want to talk shit after I burned your Spygate tapes? Keep the 4 games. Hey, Colin Kaepernick, we agree with you. It's your right to peacefully protest. You make some great points, but get your fucking shine box. Shedeur was made an example of by the NFL. They're lock and step on this type of stuff. Then, not to mention, he's not a generational talent. So you got the generational talent, and you got the shield protecting the shield, and you have what you had last night. Only 2 quarterbacks got taken. Like if 7 quarterbacks would have been taken, I could see, the outrage. I'm not outraged by it. I think when you look at it, a lot of teams didn't need a quarterback. We're talking about the Giants, talking about the Saints, maybe. You know what I mean? That was really legitimately looking for a quarterback. I'm not gonna protect the Giants. They drafted Daniel Jones, number 6. Then they traded Saquon Barkley for him. Then they gave him generational money. So I'm not going to the Giants are stupid. I'm not saying that Mr. Darts can't play, but I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. They haven't done anything right in 10 years.
Nope.
They haven't done anything right in 10 years, but they take a quarterback late and they take somebody, they take this other kid out of Ole Miss who he can play. I'm not about to sit here and call him, a scrub, but Shador found out that nobody, not even your pops, is bigger than the Shield. And the NFL, more than any other pro sport, will remind you that nobody, it was here before you, it'll be here after you, that nobody is bigger than the Shield. And he had a little bit of humble pie last night. I just wonder how it tastes, and I wonder if this is I'm going to really see what he's made of. We're going to really see, is he cut from the Tom Brady cloth? Is he cut from the Jalen Hurts cloth? Is he cut from that cloth that plays with a chip on their shoulder in a good way and turn it into something positive?
You know who has just as much confidence and swagger as Shador? Cam Ward does.
Oh, yeah, he's right there. They've been talking shit to each other since all offseason.
But Cam Ward knows how to interview, I guess.
I've heard something. I haven't been in there, but yeah, I've heard some things.
Cam Ward does not talk to reporters and act like his shit don't stink. There's a difference between, and I'm just playing devil's advocate with you because there's no doubt that there's teams that are afraid to draft Shador because they think he's an asshole.
It's definitely
they think he's arrogant
they think
too much.
Character flaws.
He's going to be a pain in the ass. I mean, he did throw his own teammates under the bus more than once when he was at Colorado. I'm out there running for my life.
Well, the offensive line did suck, but it does.
But you don't say that.
If you say it to them, not to the media.
I think the thing that hurts Shador, because I'm defending the Shield right now.
No, that's fine.
We're just talking.
No, we're just chopping it up.
You can have confidence and swagger, but without being an asshole about it. Shador comes off as arrogant, I guess.
Well,
I guess because Cam Ward has all the confidence, if not more. And the Tennessee Titans told teams, don't even bother calling us. This kid's fucking bomb. We're going Cam. Look, I'm not saying that Shador, now they don't have equal ability. I think Cam Ward's better.
I think he's a better quarterback,
too. And has just as much confidence. But there's a way to have confidence professionally versus coming off as being a brat.
And I said this on this show before. I don't remember what show it was, but I remember I punched Shador for something, and I was like, hey, you're not your dad. And what I meant by that was Deion could walk into the Giants interview, and the Giants say, hey, we want you to take this test. And Deion could say, when do y'all pick? We pick 7th. I'll be gone by the time y'all pick and walk out. Shador, because you're not a generational talent, and because you're trying to come into this world, and it sucks that it's like this, but you got to play ball. I got to turn. Sometimes I got to turn it on and off, depending on the setting that I'm in.
Right.
I can't walk in because I'm not where I want to be financially. There's some rooms I got to walk in and be not something else. I'm still me. Mm-hmm. But you got to check your ego at the door when you're not where you want to be yet. Mm-hmm. And because you're not Andrew Luck, because you're not Cam Newton, because you're not Lamar Jackson even, you don't have all-world athleticism.
Right.
You're 6'2". You hold on to the ball a little bit too much. You're probably a little bit overconfident. If you mix all that together, you can't walk into an interview. And I'm not saying he did. I don't know. You can't walk into an interview like you're Peyton Manning. When you're trying to come into this club. Because the NFL is going to go on with or without Shador Sanders. So there's definitely he was humbled last night, and we'll see how it turns out in the future. Because it don't matter. It may be a blessing in disguise. You may end up going to a much better team.
Right. I mean, the Steelers still could trade up and draft him tonight.
Right. You know, it still be the Raiders. It could still be the Saints. You just didn't go second or third overall.
Right. So as far as the Shield going to protect itself and clubs being soured by his attitude, there's no question that's part of it. But like you just said, the bottom line is the Pittsburgh Steelers, they do what the fuck they do to make their team better, period. Well,
they're also waiting around on Aaron Rodgers, which you and I
is
hate.
unbecoming of them.
Right.
Yeah, for them to give Aaron Rodgers such latitude is very un-Pittsburgh-like. But I'll say this: shield be damned. If Shedeur Sanders were more of a sure thing,
he's not. If he
they
was
would've
Cam
taken a
Newton,
risk.
He could walk into interviews like that.
right.
But he's not
and
that.
And his daddy, who did say, "When do y'all pick 7?" Oh, I ain't taking.
He
it.
ain't his dad.
And he also plays quarterback. His daddy did not. You are the face of a $5 billion company when you walk in the door, playing the most important position there is. Dion also bounced around a lot because people got tired of his shit.
Yeah.
They don't want quarterbacks bouncing around. They want their
Right.
quarterbacks to be 15 years, same organization, faces of the league, to build the shield and make the NFL look great.
Nobody's bigger than the Shield.
That's right. That's right. The Steelers took the kid Derek Harmon rather than him. That kid's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
He's a very Steelers-like kid. And you're right. F the Giants. You know,
I ain't giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I wasn't mad that Shedeur slipped out of the first round. I'm mad that the Giants traded up to get Jack Dart. Okay.
Yeah, that's the
sure.
season.
Sure.
I
Good
don't
luck
like
with
that pick. I'm
and
not giving them
Shedeur
the
don't want to
benefit
play
of
for the no Giants anyway.
I think the
Fuck
Giants
that.
were. I think the Giants were a little for whatever reason. Something went on in their back and forth in their
Screw them.
interviews, and
They don't know what
they
they're
were turned
doing.
off by Shedeur.
You just said it. They're so pernicious, the Giants are. This is one of the great original 6 programs.
This is
in
one of the
NFL.
worst ran franchises in the league
So
right
terrible.
now.
You don't want. And here's the thing: if I'm Shedeur, okay, it's one thing they pass on me because they don't think I'm good enough. But if you passed on me because you don't like my attitude, whether or not I'm an asshole or not, if you are passing on a guy who's great but you don't like his attitude, I don't want to play with you anyway.
Right.
Probably because you're probably a team that never wins jack shit anyway because you don't know how to handle big egos. You don't know how to handle personality.
Right.
So fuck off. You imagine what a disaster Shedeur would be in Cleveland or with the Giants or
He
the
still
Jets.
may end up in Cleveland. Never mind.
Hopefully not. John Fox is up in here. $19.99. Thank you, man. Trying to get everybody to buy barbecue tickets. I thank y'all very much. Yeah, we have a lot of teams and we have room for teams, but I really want to get these plates sold. By the way, if you're watching this show and you already have a team signed up, help me sell tickets. I'll give you all a bunch. Now that you've got your team signed up, sell tickets to people that you know. Tell them, hey, I'm going to be in this charity barbecue. Y'all come support the barbecue. Come hang out. Sell them to all your tios and tias and your cousins and everybody, your neighbors, your buddies. If you have a team already, help me sell these tickets. This is a family, group-wide, massive collection that we're doing. It ain't just me that does this barbecue. We have a lot of people that help this barbecue. Help me, help you, help them kids. So if you want to help sell tickets, I'll meet you and give you a stack to sell.
I don't think you're right, Nuck Fico. I don't think he's great. But I also watched the Chicago Bears trade up for Mitch Trubisky. I watched the Jets draft Zach Wilson.
Whoa.
I watched Sam Darnold go to 17 teams before he found how to play. He was taken second overall.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that he's great. But what I'm saying is I've seen lesser talented guys go in the first round.
Keep going. I'm not going to go.
No, it's cool.
I don't have diarrhea like
Who
Shaq.
was the damn
Sorry.
Matt? I saw Matt Jones. Mac Jones.
Oh, God.
I saw Mac Jones go in the first round.
Well, hell, the Giants took Daniel Jones.
I saw Anthony Richardson of Florida go in the first round.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, who was drafted by the Steelers, went in the first round. Trey Lance, that ring a bell? I saw him go in the first round. So all I'm saying is when you're the second, third best quarterback in the nation and you don't go in the first round, I understand the Sanders frustrations with what's going on. And this is clearly the NFL. They're great at it. The only time somebody went rogue was Deshaun Watson. And how did it turn out for the Browns?
He was so good in Houston. He just was a pervert.
Yeah, I'm just
But it
saying,
turned out poorly.
what I'm saying,
Yes,
when
it
they're
turned
like,
out very poorly.
like, hey, Lamar Jackson, go out there and see if somebody will trade for you. Baltimore goes to the blacklist, sends the email out to the GMs.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody makes him an offer. 2 minutes after they have announced that he's up for trade,
Yep.
10 teams say, we're out. So the NFL does not play this shit.
Yeah.
And Shedeur found out, it is big boy business.
Big boy.
This big boy business in the NFL, and you're not going to walk in and I don't give a shit.
No.
They suspended Tom Brady for taking a little air out of a ball. And that's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Do you feel me? No, Shador, you don't get to walk in here and act like you own the place.
You don't get to. All right, and because it's such a crapshoot. So this is I was going to give you this today.
Okay, cool.
Your boy was on the cover of Esquire magazine this month. All right, but the reason I do this is because it talks about how hard it is to play this position. You know, this is the number one over. This is the Cam Ward of last year. A hell of a lot more talented than Cam Ward,
Yes,
mind
he
you,
is.
by the way. All right, this is in the article. It's talking about how just hard it is to play this position. According to research from longtime ESPN draft guru Mel Kiper Jr., 56% of quarterbacks drafted in the first round between 1994, when I was 19 years old, and last year, 56% developed into playoff quarterbacks. So in 30 years, of all the quarterbacks drafted in the first round, only 56% of them have played in at least one playoff game.
Damn.
So almost half of them have never even played in the playoffs.
Damn, really?
Basically, it's a coin flip. The success rate defined by Mel Kiper as leading a team to the playoffs at least once of QBs chosen in the first 5 overall picks was only 66%. So of all the quarterbacks drafted since 1994, in the first 5 picks, only 66% have played in at least one playoff game. 44% of the quarterbacks drafted in the top overall 5
Never even get
in
to the
30
playoffs.
years have never even been in the fucking playoffs.
Damn.
It is hard to play this position. You can't come in here and act like you've already won 3 Pro Bowls or 2 Super Bowls. So it says before Caleb Williams, the last quarterback the Bears drafted in the first round, Justin Fields.
And he's on his 3rd team.
Well, the 11th pick overall in 2021.
He's on his 3rd team.
Fields was part of a much-hyped group of 5 quarterbacks taken in the first round that year. Only one, the number 1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, has ever won a playoff game since those 5 kids drafted in the first round in 2021. Only Sunshine has been to the playoffs
And they were
won
down
a game.
27-0.
And half the country thinks Sunshine's turning into a bust.
There you go.
Dude, it is fucking hard. It is hard. Anyway.
Think of it as a blessing in disguise, Shador. Hopefully he goes to a good team where it's already you go to a Ben Roethlisberger or a Russell Wilson situation.
It is so. If you're not 100% sure on a quarterback, you don't do that in the first round. And now for these other kids that get drafted in the first round that wind up sucking, it's
Like
because,
Daniel Jones?
It's because there's a lot of shitty organizations. They
Right.
don't know what the hell they're doing, like the Giants. It is hard. It is so hard to play that position. So hard. All right. So hard. Show presented in part by San Antonio City Soccer. Soccer is hard to play on a very elite level, too, which is why they have several levels of play at SA City Soccer. It is the biggest, most successful soccer club in town. It happens to be the official soccer club of in the building, and they don't cut kids. They place them in leagues that fit their skill level, which is great. And that's the best way to get good coaching. That's the best way to get better, is you're not out there on the bench, and then when you do play, you're overwhelmed because you're in over your head. Or you're really, really good, and you're playing with a bunch of spares, and you're not getting better. They put you on an elite level or the level that fits you. That's why they're so big. They have multiple fields, excellent organization. They got placement events coming up at San Antonio City Soccer next month. The girls have their placement event May 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then the boys have their placement event May 12th, 13th, 14th. For information, contact San Antonio City Soccer Club or just reach out to me. I know everybody over there, and I'll get you in touch with the right folks. The Raiders did take Ashton Genty. See? The teams that never win do the things that teams that never win do.
Now, Jose, ask Mike, because you hadn't got there yet. Ask Mike who did they compare him to. Ask Mike who did they compare Genty to when they drafted him, and Mike almost flipped over the table in Slackers.
Who was it, Mike?
Emmitt Smith.
I see.
The second best running back of all time. Wow.
Just goes to show that we should have had it on the NFL Network and not fucking ESPN. Fuck Mickey. Bullshit. Ashton Genty. And here's the other thing. The reason why I don't my cousin's right. It's a bullshit comparison. And also, he's going to the fucking Raiders. They don't know their ass from a hole in their own ass.
Right.
You can bring Tom Brady in to help run it. You can go get Pete Carroll, but the Raiders going to rate her. And at the 6th overall pick in the draft, when all of the stats, all of the data, all of the facts Not even just the analysis. The results on the field.
Triggered.
So you don't take a fucking running back with the 6th overall pick. And what do the Raiders do? Let's go take a running back. Oh, Pete Carroll, he's got his new Marshawn Lynch. Bullshit. That kid played in the WAC. He played against one team worth of shit, Penn State, and they shut him down. And you're going to go compare that to Emmitt Smith, the all-time leading rusher, a 3-time world champion who played at Florida in the SEC against Alabama, Georgia, LSU, and everybody else in that fucking conference? That's bullshit. And I ain't watching ESPN's coverage all weekend. I'm going to flip over and watch Rich Eisen on the NFL Network. You damn right. That's bullshit. I ain't watching that shit no more. That's horse shit. You bet your ass, Thomas Castillo. We'll see, Mike. We will see.
Thomas must be a Raider fan.
Guess what you're going to see? You're going to see that I was fucking right. You don't take a running back. But then you know Raiders do what the Raiders do.
Al Davis would do that, though. Al Davis would do this type of shit.
Keep supporting the Raiders. Go for it. That's called futility. That's fucking a fat girl the rest of your life. That's bullshit.
Big girls need love too, man.
I know. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, I take it back. That's effing an ugly, nasty, gross, cheating
there
girl with diseases and cheats on you with your brother, and you keep going back. And them Raiders, I don't know why their fans are so passionate. First of all, that team don't ever stay in the same fucking town.
It's a great brand.
You can't keep their fucking is it?
No. I mean,
they played in 5 cities in the last 50 years.
I'm not talking about the product. I'm just talking about the brand.
They went from Oakland, shit on that town, went to L.A., couldn't hack, went back to Oakland, field's a dump. The fucking stadium's a toilet. Now you're going to go to Vegas. You get a really nice stadium built, and your head coach is a racist, homophobic fucking asshole and got his ass blackballed from the league. And now your ass is taking running backs because, we got Pete Carroll. Yeah, who's the same age as Greg fucking Popovich because he ain't won shit in 15 years. Fuck Oakland, fuck L.A., fuck Vegas, and fuck the Raiders, and fuck Ashton Genty. He ain't no Emmitt Smith.
He might not be Emmitt. He might not be Emmitt.
Fuck no, he ain't Emmitt.
But
of course he's not Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith was an All-American at Florida. This kid ran all over. This kid, shit. He played in the conference barely higher than the one Incarnate Word plays in.
I guess we're going to keep track of this.
He should have transferred. You bet your ass we're keeping track of this. Stupid. The teams that do stupid shit that never win anything.
They do stupid
they're
shit.
The same teams. We know who they are. Cleveland, Oakland. We know who they are. Jacksonville. These people. Although I'm happy for Travis Hunter. It ain't great that he's playing in Jacksonville, but he didn't have to go to freaking Cleveland.
They traded up. I think
they
lost.
To relegate
didn't they give away their first round next year?
The Raiders don't deserve their fans. Matt, these guys that root for the Raiders, I don't understand why y'all do that. They don't give a shit about y'all. They don't do shit.
Well, we know a lot about that. We know a lot about that. I know we do.
Yeah.
But you always bring it up. This is the same. This is the same vitriol for the Cowboys too. By the way, Raider fan, he does the same thing to them. So don't take it personal.
Well, at least the Cowboys have been to a fucking playoff game in the last decade. Yeah. They can't even scratch and sniff their way into the fucking wild card. They're stupid.
Yeah, they suck.
They're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. Who's their quarterback? Oh, let's go give money to Geno Smith. You might as well drafted Shedeur Sanders. He's as good as Geno Smith.
Did they get Geno?
Bullshit. Yes.
Shit.
Let's go. What? You gonna get Richard Sherman out of retirement? He go start at safety next year? You trying to? This ain't the mid-90s. Hell, too. Just go get Russell. Trade for Russell Wilson. Just bring all the 2007 Seahawks. I'm
not mad at that.
F the Raiders. It's a terrible organization.
They are
awful.
Terrible.
And y'all, and those great fans. And I'm not trying to bag on these.
No, the fans are great.
The only reason why they're worth the shit in the league and to the league and valuable is because y'all stick by them and they don't deserve y'all. You Raiders fans, they don't deserve.
Yeah, Raider fans are awesome.
They do not deserve.
Not the ones that put makeup on and spikes.
I don't get
with shoulder pads. Those dudes are weirdos. But Raider fans, they keep that brand legit.
So passionate.
Hell, the Browns backers are legit fans.
So passionate. Well, people from Cleveland aren't very smart.
It is the mistake by the lake.
I can't say the Raiders fans are dumb because y'all have 17 fan bases because your team never stays in the same fucking city. You don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah.
At least the Cowboys don't move.
No, they can't.
They can't. They would never move. The Raiders bounce around like a hoe. I don't understand.
Like a hoe.
That team sucks. That organization's awful. They don't deserve y'all. Tom Brady's using y'all to get a real GM job somewhere or become an actual majority owner. He's using y'all. He'll be gone in 2 years. Pete Carroll will be dead in 2 years. I don't understand why y'all doing it. Of course they took Genty. Because of course they did. But you're going to compare him to Emmitt Smith. Lick my butt.
That's par for the course for ESPN to do that type of shit.
I know. You're right. I know. And they do it so I get mad.
Yeah.
But
it worked.
Yeah, it worked last night, except tonight because I'll have the NFL Network on watching real broadcasters. All right, it's in the building. Presented in part by Orlando Kells. Time to do some punching now. I think I just did.
I know. I think I know who you punching.
No, I'm not punching. That's it. That's a separate rant.
Okay, who you punching?
Who me?
Yeah.
You go first. I need to catch my breath.
You all right?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm fine.
Can we do this first?
What?
What?
Oh, yeah. And now it's time.
It's time
yeah.
for people I want to punch on In the Building.
Thank you. I needed a reset.
Sure. No problem.
Who you punching?
Oh, I thought you did the thing. Okay.
No, we did. You can't hear it.
I
but
couldn't
we
hear
did.
because my
Don't
damn
worry.
It's
headphones.
good. Go ahead.
I'm punching after what I saw last night. I'm punching the Denver Nuggets organization. Do you know how hard it is to piss off Nikola Jokic? It's hard. Like, that guy just comes to work, wants to go home to his family and his horses.
Mm-hmm.
Yet last night, he's going on trying to coach that team by. So he's pretty much player coach right now. They're asking him about Michael Porter Jr., not engaged. Joker says if he's not engaged right now, then he shouldn't be playing this sport.
That what he said after the game last night?
This was after game 2.
Oh, my.
Yeah, then you have the situation where they fire Mike Malone.
Yeah.
Joker's on the sideline last night. They're getting their faces beat in by the Clippers. I think they lost by 34. And he's just over there frustrated, visibly frustrated. Like, that's tough to do. Like, Joker, I've never seen him upset. Never seen him upset.
I don't know why they're losing. They got rid of the problem a month ago.
I know. I thought Mike Malone was the problem.
Michael Malone needed to go. We're all excited.
Yeah, so punch the Denver Nuggets as an organization. Clippers are sending them home really soon.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers up 2-1 in that series, by the way.
Okay, yeah. And before we go saying James Harden's finally figured it out.
I ain't
he's
saying
ready
all
to
that.
win a
But I
title.
got them going to the finals.
Kawhi's still weird. Although, I mean, James Harden, a lot of this is because Denver's so dysfunctional. James Harden appears to have grown up some. I'm not saying he's Mr. Gentile was ready to. I'm just saying James Harden, maybe he's ready to.
It's not even Harden and Kawhi. They just
Show up
they're
every
surrounded by a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, they got a good team.
They got a solid
and
team.
if Kawhi
And they got the
is
best
healthy,
coach left. Yeah.
Kawhi's still Kawhi, man. Kawhi's still real good.
It's-
Still really good.
Yeah. So punch the Nuggets.
Yeah, punch.
How do you piss off that gentle giant that is Joker?
Well, I mean, he needs to go in there and demand excellence. He needs to demand they get a better. I don't know. I don't
Trade
know
him to the
I don't know
Lakers
where
with
that
LeBron
is.
and Luka.
I don't know where that is. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get his legit opinion on things when the season's over, because Denver's season's going to end. They ain't winning.
No, they ain't been.
I don't see them coming back. All right, a reminder on Sunday, Rudy and I got to get all my cussing out now because we're not supposed to cuss as
Can't
much.
cuss Sunday.
It's the Lord's Day, and we're doing our new show, Instant Rewind, which will debut this Sunday at 6 p.m. on the Anthem TV app. Anthem TV. Look that up. It's free. Download the app and watch me and Rudy in Instant Rewind every Sunday at 6 p.m. Starting this Sunday at 6 p.m. It is Instant Rewind with Rudy and I on the Anthem TV app. I am going to punch for the second straight day. Well, no, you know what? You have those pictures I sent you yesterday, Jose?
Yeah.
So this is over off of 281. For those that are in San Antonio.
Oh, that's right.
This is over off of 281 in Jones-Maltzberger by the quarry. This is a lawyer, and the only reason I'm even giving him, and I don't call him. I'm not trying to give him advertising. I drive past this. I drive past this billboard every day, and it's one of those switching billboards.
Yeah.
It's digital. I pass this every day on the way to Pub Sports Radio. Go back to that one. Here, go stop at one. Tequila may not be the answer. call Sean Brown law. Are you
Okay.
fucking serious?
Whoa.
And he's holding a sombrero. It's a
No,
white guy.
Wait,
Rudy. He's
that's a
holding-
sombrero?
Yeah. Go to the next one, Jose. Let me see the next one. In trouble? Let us cerveza you. He takes the word service and turns it into cerveza. This is a white man
Okay.
holding a fucking sombrero in a city with 69% Mexicanos. In trouble? Let us cerveza you.
There
What's
was
the
one
next
more.
one? In caso emergency, call us. Sean Brown. Isn't there 4?
There's another one. There's
Go.
a taco about it
I've taken injured. Let's taco about it.
with a sombrero.
I want to punch San Antonio lawyer Sean Brown. I'm not saying you're racist, but you are a stereotypical punk motherfucker trying to get the lowest denominator to come in and do business with you. Shame on you for playing to Hispanic stereotypes. I'm not kidding. I'm not doing a
No,
bit.
I know.
I'm really
I
pissed
know.
by
You-
this.
I
Yeah,
remember
no,
when-
fuck this guy.
This is bullshit. You are playing on Hispanic stereotypes, trying to get people to come in and do business with you. This makes me want to piss on your face. That's bullshit. Again, is it racist on paper? No. Technically, it's stereotypical.
Right, stereotypical.
And shame on any Mexicano. Shame on you. And I can say this because my mother was Mexicana. Shame on anybody in the Mexican community that does business with this motherfucker. That's bullshit. And I don't know how Clear Channel,
Whoever it was.
no, it's Clear Channel
Oh,
Billboard.
it was? Okay.
Clear Channel is a billboard company. How do you? And I believe in freedom of speech for sure. I'm an
I
American.
know you do.
But that is, again, it's, you can say it's racist. Technically, it's not. But boy, it's stereotypical. And it's no different from him going on there and say, put down the watermelon and come do business with Sean Brown. It's the same.
Then I got to fight.
No
him.
one would
Yeah.
let that motherfucker get away with that. The black man stands up for himself. The Mexicans in San Antonio need to stand up for themselves. Do not do business with this guy. He's a fucking scumbag. That's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
That's bullshit. That's my
Even
point.
Jose said,
No, yeah,
it's,
punch
tough,
this guy.
it's tough to piss
F him.
Jose off.
Where's his white wheel billboards, huh? Where's the
Nothing.
billboard for the white man? Are only
Bullshit.
Mexicans
Or the
getting in
black
trouble?
man.
Or are the only
It's
people
like
that
saying,
need them?
hey, drank too much Schlitz malt liquor bull. Or don't come in.
Schlitz may not be the answer
Correct. It's the
Yeah.
same thing as saying,
if you were doing it in Atlanta or
Hennessy.
D.C. Yeah.
it's like going to Atlanta and writing, hey, put down the Hennessy.
Anything is possible. Call me now.
That's bullshit,
Yeah.
Rudy. That's bullshit. That's borderline racist. It's 100% stereotypical, and shame on any Mexicano, especially that does business with this guy. That's a scumbag.
Great punch.
He's a scumbag.
Great punch.
Do business with Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer.
Which are two different lawyers,
in
by the way.
building. Yeah, Orlando does family law. If you maybe Sean Brown's wife's like, I'm disgusted by you. I'm getting divorced. She should call Orlando Kell. He'll take care of her. My God, that I drive past that every day on the way here. And Nina got those pictures for me and sent those to me while I was in Hawaii. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go on the show and blast this asshole.
Oh, Nina sent them to you?
Yeah, this has been up for weeks. I'm surprised no one else that I'm aware of has said anything. It's bullshit. Orlando Kell, that's my family lawyer. If you need a family lawyer, divorce, separation, changing an old divorce decree, family law, adoption stuff, marital stuff, Orlando's our guy. 210-775-4995. You can also hit him up at orlandokell@gmail.com.
Great punch.
Orlando
Our
Kell
chat
Law
can't take
gmail.com.
anything serious. Ethel says,
Bullshit.
put down the unseasoned chicken and call Sean Brown. Is that supposed to be for the white man?
It is for the white man.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Put down the kale. No, it's horseshit. You know, so my grandfather.
I hate our chat, dude.
my
They
grandpa-
can't take anything serious.
My grandpa died in his mid-70s. Right?
Yeah.
And technically, he had cirrhosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican. His name was Braulio Lopez. He was from Mexico, my grandfather.
Dope.
He was 75 years old when he died. So did he die from drinking? I guess. He was 75. But he had cirrhosis.
Yeah.
We all knew that. I drove to Fort Worth to be there for my mama when her daddy died. And I went in there and they had the whole family in there. And this male nurse comes in, white guy. So sorry for your loss. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's just too much cerveza.
You're
I'm
lying.
not kidding.
You're lying.
I'm not kidding, Rudy. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Did y'all jump him?
I'm mostly white, so I don't see a lot of racism. I'm not around racists.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not a black man. I can't tell you what
No,
it's like
no,
to be a
whatever.
black
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I got you.
I've not been around much racism in my life. That guy had the balls to say to me at John Peter Smith Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, he had too much cerveza. Talk just like that. I go, excuse me, can you come out in the hall for a second? And I may have said something derogatory to him.
Oh, shit.
And I said, I said, look, you need to get another nurse to take over this room. I'm not going to say anything, but you need to go. You need to be replaced in our room
Immediately.
because I'm going to throw you off the motherfucking balcony of this hospital right now. No. I'm going to throw you off the balcony of this hospital.
That's not funny, but
You need to go. I'm not going to tell on you. I'm not going to go.
I'm not going to snitch you out. I'm not trying to get you fired. I'm not going to Karen you, but I'm going to fuck you
y'all
up.
do y'all shifts. You need to switch with somebody. And he stomps off, and I never saw him again. He knew he fucked up. This is bullshit. We need to step up as a city. And you know what? White people need to step up in San Antonio and come out against this motherfucker too. And if you're a Mexicano when you do business with him, shame on you.
Great punch.
Thank you.
Great punch.
I didn't want to lead the show with this because it would have taken away from everything we do.
Yeah.
I got very upset.
Great punch.
And comparing Ashton Genty to Emmett Smith also pissed me off today.
No kidding.
I need the weekend to recover. I'm gonna get back to my sweet
By
self.
Sunday,
Monday.
you got all the F-bombs out?
I got them all out. We're
All
good.
right, cool.
Sunday on Anthem TV. Download the app for free. Help me out with our client and our partners at Anthem TV. Thank you so much to Pub Sports Radio. It's been week 1 of our show being on Pub Sports. Happy about that. You know, our subscribers went from about 4,200 to 45,000 this week. But technically not on Love You Hard, so you don't have to go
I ain't got the George Jefferson yet.
It's a Love You Hard thing we get.
Yeah.
Thank you to Bouquet. Great week. Appreciate y'all putting up with the Hawaiian shows. Got a lot done this week. I'm super stoked about our little company and where we're going. Support this company. Support what we're doing. We're the best in the town. We're the best in the state, probably. I'm not trying to come off like Shadur Sanders, but we're probably the best.
But we put in work.
We do put
We've already, well, I mean, we've been in this for 20, 30 years. Shadur ain't done anything.
That's right. We'll see y'all Sunday night at 6 on Anthem TV. Love your heart. See you Monday on this show.